If you notice that the brake pedal sinks all the way to the floor, I want to go over the common causes of this issue and how you might address it. Low on brake fluid. The first thing you should do is check the brake fluid level. Every vehicle is a bit different when it comes to checking the fluid, but generally you'll find a max and min line on the reservoir. Some vehicles have a dipstick to show the level. It's typically straightforward, just ensure the fluid is at the correct level. Brake fluid leak. If the brake fluid is low, the cap will typically tell you what type of fluid is needed, such as DOT3 or DOT4, depending on the vehicle's specifications. Make sure to top it off with the correct fluid. However, after checking the fluid level, it's crucial to inspect for any potential leaks. Look around the vehicle for any puddles under the car, and if possible, inspect the brake lines running to each wheel and the calipers for signs of leakage. Brake fluid leaks often cause moisture or wetness around the lines, but sometimes the fluid just collects without visibly dripping. Carefully examine the brake lines to the master cylinder to ensure there are no leaks. Air in the brake lines. If you've checked the brake fluid and confirmed there are no leaks, the next possible cause could be air in the brake lines. To fix this, you'll need to bleed the brakes at each caliper. This process typically requires 2 people. One person pumps the brake pedal and holds it down, while the other opens the bleeder valve on each caliper for a moment, closes it, and repeats the process until all air is removed from the lines. If you're working alone, you can use a one-man bleeder kit to make the job easier. The important thing is to ensure all the air is purged from the brake lines, as air can prevent the brakes from functioning properly. Failed brake booster. If you've checked everything else and are still experiencing the issue, the next component to inspect is the brake booster. The brake booster is typically located near the firewall with the master cylinder attached to it. It operates using vacuum pressure. Start by checking the vacuum line connected to it. If this line is disconnected, the brakes will still work, but they'll be very hard to press. So if you're finding that your brakes are unusually difficult to push, the vacuum line or brake booster could be the culprit. Be sure to check that the vacuum line is securely connected and free of leaks. A common way to test the brake booster is to turn off the engine and then pump the brake pedal several times, about 7 or 8 times. Afterward, hold the pedal down and start the engine. When the engine starts, the brake pedal should move down slightly, usually about ½ an inch to an inch. If the pedal doesn't move when the engine starts, it's often a sign that the brake booster is failing. Failed master cylinder. If you've checked everything else and the issue persists, the last thing to check is the master cylinder itself. When the master cylinder fails, it can exhibit different symptoms, but a common sign is that the brake fluid becomes very dark and dirty. If you look inside and the fluid is unusually black, this could indicate that the master cylinder has failed and needs replacing. Another typical symptom of a failing master cylinder is a soft or mushy brake pedal. While the symptoms can vary, checking the master cylinder should be your final step after ruling out the other potential causes. That's it. Feel free to comment below if you have anything to add. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.